Well, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and there was a bright orange light that just lit up the whole apartment. We went to the window and saw the water and the mud were starting to come in the condominium. And the mud was up almost to the second floor. We figured out there is no way to get out. We were really trapped. There was no electricity, had no communication with the outside world. During the mudslides, we had 4 cats and 2 dogs. First responders came door to door to tell us that we had just a couple of hours to gather our belongings and be ready to leave. I never would have even thought about leaving the animals. They're really not animals to me and Richard, they're our children. All-terrain vehicles showed up. They helped carry all of our belongings. They carried the cat carriers out with the 4 cats, and they helped us get all the dogs into the vehicle. I was so happy to hear that the Santa Maria Valley Humane Society was able to take 87 dogs and cats within a couple of hours. It's heartwarming to see that the community stepped up and adopted 100 cats and dogs. So many lives were saved.
Our dog Tank had passed away about a year before, and I was looking online at the dog photos and I saw Cornelius. I feel like when I saw Cornelius's photo, like he was talking to me.
Cornelius was this giant ball of energy. By bark alone, might have made the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
When I first walked Cornelius, I could tell he was a handful. He was very strong.
Kind of little rowdy, caught my sweatshirt and left a bruise. I don't think it was intentional. I think he was just trying to play.
When he nipped John, it was completely scary. He's incredibly powerful, and he was wild.
It got to the point where he was considered dangerous, and none of us knew how to work with him.
It just didn't seem like that was going to head in a good direction for Cornelius at all.
There were several situations where he had injured people. Cornelius had been with us for almost a year. We decided that we just couldn't safely place him in a new home. We were facing euthanizing Cornelius.
And I remember feeling every part of me sink into my gut.
When I came to sit by his cage, I felt, even though I couldn't walk him, I was making a presence. Because we knew that we were his last chance.
I stayed up late thinking of different ways that I might be able to help this dog.
My staff just wouldn't give up. We had to pull a rabbit out of a hat to save this dog. I had worked with Sherry Lucas in the past. She's a national expert specializing in these big, tough bully breeds.
It was apparent to me that Cornelius was just not evaluated properly from the beginning.
A wave of relief came over me. I saw how she approached Cornelius, how she handled Cornelius.
Sherry, I learned a lot from, and it really made us feel even more confident in adopting Cornelius.
He interacted with the pack, didn't try anything mean. He proved himself that he was more than capable of being a really good dog.
I remember Eric and I looking at each other and being like, all right, let's get the staff together and let's teach them what we just learned.
I'm just incredibly impressed with Santa Maria Valley Humane Society and with Sean. I've never had anyone reach out to me and be willing to put in so much effort, so much energy, so much time into saving one dog. It's just unheard of.
In the past, when injured animals arrived at the Humane Society, we would put broken animal bodies in cars and drive all over town to find a veterinarian who would let us use their x-ray machine. It was my dream to someday have our very own x-ray equipment.
Stephanie always had a love for animals, and animals were attracted to her really uniquely, even at a very young age. She's raised rabbits, worked with lambs, worked with dogs and cats. She did not let her medical condition define who she was. She came to both the Santa Maria Valley Humane Society and the local shelter and donated her time. Stephanie tended to have a lot of animals with medical issues. She had a rabbit, for instance, that had seizures that she would have to wake up to each night and hold the rabbit.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Snow, and these are some of my foster kittens. I've hand-raised them since they were about 2 weeks old, and obviously they've gotten a lot bigger.
Stephanie would do whatever she could to give back. As her condition progressed, her ability to work with the animals changed. But Stephanie always found a way to do what she can for animals.
With my condition, I've had to make some adjustments on what I'm able to do.
One of the last things that she did in her life, as her body deteriorated, her mind was always super smart and knew what to do, and she worked with newborn kittens and raised over 50 newborn kittens, bottle fed them for them to live on and find homes and have a great life.
So this is a way that I could give back to the community and also save lives at the same time and have an enjoyment, because I love animals, and this is something that I could do that best fits them and best fits me.
We had spent Stephanie's entire life fighting for her life, but now it was time to focus on who Stephanie was and what she was passionate about. Stephanie's condition always surrounded x-rays. It's a bone condition. So with Stephanie's hope and spirit in mind, the community came together and we were able to raise funds for an x-ray machine. That's her small piece of giving back. And so to now support the animals, we could help Stephanie live on.